Hey everybody, Shoebox Legends here. Thanks for joining me today for a special mini collection episode. Going to look at a collection that I've put together featuring a run of one of my favorite parallels in modern hockey, featuring Connor McDavid, one of the most exciting and dynamic players on skates. I would say the most exciting and dynamic player on skates for a number of years now. And I've put this run together. I'm very proud of it and want to show it off here today. And these are going to be upper deck clear-cut parallels. So here's the first one that's been up in the background here as I got through the intro. Showed this card recently. This is his 2016 Upper Deck Flagship card. And for those that don't collect hockey, Upper Deck Flagship is akin to Topps Flagship in baseball. It is sort of the set year in and year out that's known as, the most popular basic set to collect. But this parallel is clear-cut, and as you can see, it is printed on acetate cardstock. These are really, really cool. I think acetate or clear cards are perfect for a game that's played on ice. I've mentioned that quite a few times. And although they're not serial numbered, I do like their scarcity. So these are hobby only, I believe, since their introduction in 2016. This was the first year that they made them. And they only fall at a rate of like 3 or 4 per case, or one every maybe 3 to 4 hobby boxes. So you would have to open dozens and dozens of cases, not boxes, cases, in order to get any one clear-cut card of a particular player. So while not numbered, they are very sneaky tough. I enjoy the scarcity of these parallels and the fact that they are clear. And so, for a game played on ice. And so I've been working on player runs of some of my favorite players. So as I said, 2016, this was the first year that they did these. This is Connor's second year card, his first clear-cut. So that's a very hard to find desirable parallel, and the same could be said for his second year card, his third year card, but second year that they did clear-cut parallels from 2017. So here we are. This one's got a little bit of a darker background. So on some of these, the clarity works better or worse than others depending on the photo that's selected. But I love this card. I'm a big fan of a player's first 3 years of cards, in particular. With this being a 2017, it is his third year. Second clear cut, as I said. And I also love the image, the celebratory shot with his teammates. I love that he's rocking the orange and blue for the Oilers. That's one of my favorite uniform looks. So just a great card. And I've picked up quite a few examples of different parallels and variations on this card over the years. And I'm really grateful and happy to have the clear cut to go alongside that second year clear cut. So there's his second and third years from 2016 and 2017. And from there on out, we're just going to continue the run. This parallel is still made up to the present day. So we're going to continue on here with the 2018 version next. Another great image, and once again, showing that fantastic orange Oilers sweater. You can see the acetate effect here in the background. This one kind of bleeds through a little bit. There's like a white bottom portion of the card, and as a result, some of the vital statistics, like you can see his name here, reversed from the back of the card, kind of shining through the front. I don't love that. In other years, they kind of made an effort to hide some of those stats behind the player image so that you don't see them on the front of the card. But for whatever reason, in 2018, just the way they designed these on the back, they just have the stats laid out along the bottom. And so you can kind of see them if you look closely through the front, but still just a really cool card. Insertion ratios on these have remained tough over the years, right up to present day. You just don't see a lot of these. As with a lot of scarcer parallels, you kind of have to grab these up, shortly after product release, because if not, you might be waiting quite a long time if you try to find an older one after the fact. So continuing on, here's the 2019, and this one's one of my favorite images. It's a horizontal orientation, of course, but again, the great orange jersey is back for a third consecutive year on the Upper Deck Flagship card, and I just love this image. He's clearly just lit the lamp against an opponent here. Looks like in front of the home crowd based on all these Oilers sweaters and colors in the background there. And I just dig the celebration shot. Really cool. This is his first horizontal oriented card as far as his basic Upper Deck cards go. So pretty cool one there. Next up, we got 2020. Continuing on, so 2020-21 here. Kind of an interesting shot in the third jersey here for the Oilers, or third uniform, alternate uniform. Connor coming off the ice, I think at Rexall Place in Edmonton, and walking down the runway towards the locker rooms. This is an image that they've taken a few photos of over the years, Upper Deck. I know Leon Draisaitl, his teammate, has an Upper Deck card that features a very similar image of him kind of walking off to the dressing room after the game. So there's the 2020. We got two left here. Here is the 2021. Came out last season. Another great image. We returned to the orange sweater there after a 1-year respite for the 2020 card. And just a really basic image here of Connor just skating, either during pre-game warm-ups or, about to change shifts or something like that. What I love about this one, it's probably the most noticeable of the bunch in terms of the fact that it is acetate. There is not a lot going on in the background here on the base card. Everything basically on the lower portion of the card is just the white sheet of ice. So that really lends itself to the acetate treatment, and more so than any other card in the list. This one kind of just looks like Connor is drifting, out alone in space on a clear card. So love that 2021. And then last, but certainly not least, I should say, just got in the most recent card from the flagship set that is actually out right now, the 2022-23 release. A very different photo than any of his past cards. Here is the most recent Connor, and this one is probably the most difficult to tell that it is a clear cut. Sort of an interesting choice here. Don't know that I love the image. It's grown on me a little bit. I do feel like for the most exciting, dynamic player in the entire world, they probably could have gone with something a little bit more interesting than this kind of oddly angled portrait shot, but it has grown on me a little bit, so maybe this will continue to kind of move up my list and gain more favor in my eyes as time goes by. But again, very faintly, you can see that this is an acetate, but it's difficult to tell, certainly compared to its predecessor in 2021, the year prior. But this is the latest one that I've gotten in. Snag this on an eBay, buy it now for just under $40. That may seem like a lot for a brand new card that is not serial numbered, but if you have a player that you collect, go out and try to find their clear-cut run starting with 2016 and forward, and you'll learn in pretty short order that these are very, very difficult parallels to come by. So that is the complete run. That is all 7 clear-cut Connor McDavid base cards that exist from Upper Deck to date. Really happy to have this completed. Very similar to the Ovechkin exclusives run that I did recently. This is one that I will be upkeeping for the remainder of Connor's career. So it's nice to be completely caught up. And from here on out, I can just keep my eye on the Upper Deck flagship release from now until he either retires or Upper Deck stops making this parallel, and fully intend on keeping my run complete. So really happy to have all 7 of those. Really appreciate you stopping by to check out this mini collection. If you're only a casual hockey fan, or you're looking for someone to collect on the hockey front to just expose yourself to the sport a little bit, cannot recommend Connor McDavid enough. He is essentially doing in the world of ice hockey what Mike Trout did in the world of baseball for the first 10 years of his career. So he's really replicating that on ice. So if you like GOATs and all-time greats, you could do a lot worse than Connor McDavid. And yeah, that's a wrap for today. So thanks for stopping by, checking out the run. I'll certainly keep up with this in the future and show more on the channel as more sets are released in the years to come. But for now, that's it. I will be back in the very near future with some more sports card content. In the meantime, stay safe and enjoy the hobby, everybody.